Well, President-elect Donald Trump has escaped punishment after being sentenced in his hush money trial 10 days out from his inauguration. Joining me live now to discuss this is Professor of Political Science at the University of California, Desipio. Professor, thanks so much for your time this afternoon. Before I delve into Trump's sentencing, I just want to ask you quickly, you're in California, not too far from where the fires are, I believe. What is it like there at the moment? Can you tell us?
I don't think there's a person in Los Angeles that hasn't been affected by these fires. Tragically, thousands of people have lost their homes and lost, all of their possessions. But others are experiencing very bad air as a result of the fires. Commuting patterns have changed. The freeways in part are shut down. This is truly a cataclysmic event for the city or the region of Los Angeles. Thankfully, my family lives a little bit to the south of the fires. But we're currently housing some friends who lost their home. And that's just the way it is right now in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it is absolutely devastating scenes over there at the moment, but pleased to hear that you and your family are safe and well. Let's get into the Trump sentencing in his hush money trial. Donald Trump will now return to the Oval Office as a felon. He got off without jail time or a fine. But is this still going to be a big hit for the incoming president?
I don't believe so. He has used the prosecutions, not just in New York, but the federal prosecutions as well, as a way of mobilizing his own supporters and making himself the victim. Since he gets off here without any jail time, I think he'll carry the scarlet letter of being the first president who's a convicted felon, but he'll just go on attacking his opponents and claiming that they're behind these prosecutions when that is not the case. So he's getting off scot-free.
Does this change anything at all for his second term compared to his first, now that he's a felon?
I don't believe so. It doesn't limit his behaviors in any way. The Supreme Court determined that he was, in fact, eligible to run for the presidency, despite having arguably participated in an insurrection 4 years ago. So I think he's just going to go on and probably be a more effective president because he has more support in the American public than he did 8 years ago. And he's appointing people to office who know how to implement some of his policies. Or his first term got off to a very rocky start. I don't think we're going to see that this time.
And he's now able to pursue an appeal. That's a process which could potentially take years. Do you think he'll see this all the way through?
Oh, absolutely. His MO is to use the power that he has as an affluent man to hire lawyers to achieve his goals. He also faces the civil penalties for the sexual violation of E. Jean Carroll. He's also pursuing that in the courts and will in the coming year. So, yeah, his litigation strategy won't change just because he's president.
And he'll be coming into a pretty big job of rebuilding Los Angeles after these fires. He's been quite critical of California Governor Gavin Newsom, who's, as we've been hearing this morning, has invited Trump to California to view the affected areas. Are we likely at all to see Trump take up this invite?
I don't believe so. President Trump has demonstrated that he is loath to support California and particularly loath to support Governor Newsom, who may have his own political ambitions for the presidency in the future. I think President Trump will continue to attack Newsom and attack California, blaming the victim quite clearly in this case. Will he visit eventually? Yes, perhaps. He has a house out here, but I don't think he's going to be an active leader as most presidents are in times of tragedy.